don't even know why you guys follow me in the first place. I'm probably the worst cryptocurrency trader in the history of all cryptocurrency trading. You should definitely unsubscribe to my channel right now. Stop what you're doing, unsubscribe to my channel, leave. If there was a way that you can block my videos from, reaching you, you should do that as well. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna quit. Okay? I think I'm just gonna give up. All right, you guys got to me. The comments, I can't sleep at night, man. I can't sleep at night. I cry myself to sleep. They get in my head. I start feeling bad for myself. I just want to quit, man. I can't take I can't take all of this ridicule. You guys are making me a bad trader, man. I bought the exact top. I bought all the altcoins at the exact top, and then at the bottom, man, I panic sold everything, and oh man, this is horrible. This is horrible. All right, are the haters gone? Are my true followers still here? Are the haters gone? They probably already clicked off the video. Guys, we're traders. All of us are here to make money. Let's not ridicule people. Let's not get negative, okay? Let's not get negative. My goal here is to make money in the long run. Although people want to isolate events, and I see it all over. I see it in my group. They want to isolate events, like point fingers, like I lost money in my portfolio because of Alex or what he said on YouTube. Although people want to blame others, I take responsibility for all of my actions. So I'm going to be showing you guys in this video exactly what the dealio is with Bitcoin's price, with my portfolio, when I'm going to buy back in, or if I buy back in at all, my position right now, everything I did wrong, everything I did right, all the juicy details and more. Keep watching. All right, so let's jump right into the macro conditions that I wanted to play out very briefly, because the world is burning around us, okay? And I'm not just looking at cryptocurrency. I'm looking all around us. I'm looking at what's happening, for example, with the unemployment rate. So as you can see here, the unemployment rate had a big spike up. We had this massive spike up. This was with, obviously, the Black Swan event that you all know that I don't want to say because YouTube would censor us. But yeah, we had this big spike up. A lot of people were unemployed up until about 15%. And it looks like we might have bottomed out. So although the unemployment rate kind of dropped, people were getting more jobs. There was a lot of things happening. They were opening the world back up, right? Restaurants could serve people. We were having some concerts, some events. And the world kind of, got back into working, and this was a good thing. And I'm happy for the economy. But it looks like we bottomed out. And we're probably going to make our way back up with this variant. That they've been talking about. I don't want to jump into the exact, the YouTube will censor me if I say that. But in general, you see that the market kind of goes up and down. And it looks like we have this bottoming out effect. A lot of people are kind of scared about that the unemployment rate is going to go up. And as you can imagine, if there's less people working, there's less innovation in the economy, there's less, economic output. And that's an issue for, world reserve currencies, right? The USD. And you can see the official numbers. And people were been talking about this in recent history. Big economists have been saying, hey, we might get this reversal with the unemployment rate. We could see the unemployment go back up. It's scary, but we all knew that something dramatic was going to happen from this big event, that happened, the Black Swan event. And the whole world kind of crumbling. We knew something was going to happen, right? Also, I wanted to show United States Consumer Confidence Index. Basically, this is a good caller of recessions. And you see that we've been pretty much down. People are not spending as much money. So this is basically, again, gauging the consumer confidence, people buying stuff or whatever the case is. And, especially with the way the economy works and the printing of money and the stimulation, the velocity of money is very important. How the money's moving from hand to hand is an extremely important thing. And if people start hodling, their dollars, or they lose consumer confidence, this has shown recessions in the past. So this is on a very, very, very aggressive downturn. That's really, really bad. And this is where we see supply chain issues. For example, the other day I went to go get a couch for the office, and every single item they had was on back order, and you basically had to wait a month or whatever the case is. And this could be the reason why we see the consumer confidence going lower, just because of supply chain issues and stuff like that. But obviously there's pressure happening in the world for sure. Now, what we're also looking at here, which is very scary, and a lot of people have been talking about it, and I wanted to comment, is basically the U.S. government bond 2-year yield. So now this is kind of an inverted chart. So let me explain it. So when the yield goes up like this, that means that less people are buying into it. So it shows kind of insecurity in the market, right? Less people want this. So because when you look at a government bond, it's like a guaranteed bet. Like it's a bet with the government. I could put my money in 2 years, I can get the money out. This is basically the whole point of it. And you get this consistent yield, right? So it's showing basically confidence in the US government when the yields go down, because if more people are buying in, then there's less yield. So let's invert the chart, right? So basically, this is what it's really saying right here. Is it's basically saying the yield is going up, right? It's going up, showing, but this is like basically what you guys are used to, which is the price depreciating, right? You guys are used to like the price going down, negative connotation. So if I invert the chart, this is really what it's showing, is insecurity in the market, guys. And a lot of people have been talking about this yield curve, and we see it on the 10-year as well. So in general, macroeconomic environment's really bad. We see a lot of pressure from Russia, China. We see, the United States trying to deploy troops, right? External conflict could lead to internal conflict in the United States, as well as, wars. The United States clearly wants people to settle in their USD. This is why they're having these issues with Russia and China. I read an article, and don't quote me on this, I should have brought it up in the video, but I read an article. The reason why there's pressure is because they're settling this 30-year oil deal between Russia and China and euros instead of USD. So obviously there's again insecurity with the world reserve currency and USD, and there's a lot of issues happening in the world. All right, so let's jump into the Bitcoin price. So obviously this looks really strong. Okay, now I've told you guys on a YouTube channel that once it gets over a certain point, I'm going to get bullish again. And we're probably getting up to that point. Okay. So I'll take my losses, cut the losses, and move forward. Again, like I've been making money for a long period of time. I'll be ultra bullish, like right around here. Like I'll be unwavering bullish, dollar cost average, diamond hands to infinity here. But I'm going to start getting insecure in, the diamond hands narrative around the top. Like that's the point. You want to sell the top, right? So you don't always want to be ultra bullish. I know a lot of people like to stick to that narrative forever because it gets them more followers and stuff like that. But I think it's productive, towards the end of a cycle, that you don't ultra bullish narrative. So obviously, I sold cryptocurrency right around here, this exact time frame, the 26. And then we have this big pump. So I missed out on some percentages, right? About 17% on Bitcoin's price. But to be honest with you, my stance has still stayed the same. I want to see Bitcoin probably get up above here, and then it'll change. So like I'm on the verge, right? Like, so there could be a moment very soon where I just jump right back into like some altcoins, which is okay. I missed out on a couple of percentages, but you can see the altcoins starting to do well. Like Phantom just popped up. And I do want to bring your attention to this chart right here. Phantom versus BTC just literally popped up off this trend line. So it's literally like almost the perfect time. Like as a trader, if you look at professional traders, you don't try to catch the bottom perfectly. You wait for the bottom, you wait for the momentum to come up, and then you jump in on the price. So again, like, Phantom versus Ethereum, we have this like, I'm not going to buy here because it could have kept going down, right? It could have gone down all the way down to here. I want to watch some momentum, and it looks like the momentum's playing out, to be honest with you guys. Bitcoin's price looks like it reversed. This might be the bottom, but it could also be what Johnny was showing. It could be something like this, where we have this big spike and then we just make one last leg down, which is what the decision I'm trying to make right now. So it can go both ways, but regardless, the whole time in this whole dip, I wasn't just like holding cash. I was using the cash to generate profit. So I'm still making money. It's just that I'm not making money the same way other people are making money. So I put a lot of cash into, for example, a trading bot that's turned me 3% in the last 5 days. So although I missed out on some of this percentage, which is like 17 from the last we did it, I still made some, slow money is okay too. It's like safer, right? It makes you feel more comfortable. It allows you to do things like have predictability. I can't just took the whole company reserve and diamond hands and not be able to pay payroll. I have 29 people that work for me. Okay. I have 29 people that have lives, that have families. So I have to have a more conservative strategy, especially towards the end of a market. Like this is the reasons I made these decisions. Now I know a lot of you are degens and you're just gonna, I get it. Like I'm a degen at heart. If I had a personal portfolio, I wouldn't care. You'd see me snapping all over the internet. I would be trying to drive the price of cryptocurrency up myself. I would be getting on the street, pumping my Bitcoin bags. Like I would be doing everything. But there's the sad reality, right? I don't know if I want to say it's sad. I think it's just the next step in my life is that I have other people's lives to look after. I have 2 daughters. I have a girlfriend. I have a full family. My dad's retiring. My mom's retiring. I have 29 people that work for me. So I'm sorry, guys. My degen nature has left the body. I have to let go of the degen nature. I gotta have predictability. I have to be able to make payroll. And guys, I'm dollar cost averaging my time in crypto. I would never leave this market. So there's, I guess, the justification of why, I sold around here. You can't call it panicking if you're investing it right back into crypto. Like I was investing, it's just not in the way you guys do it. So yeah, Phantom popping up. I'm probably going to jump into Phantom. That's pretty much the only thing that really is catching my eye right now. Now, towards the end of the video, I do want to talk about altcoin very briefly, but it is on the Phantom network. We've talked about it before and it's launching very soon. So I want to bring your attention to that. But like I'm preparing. So I could be wrong, cut my losses, move forward, stop crying like a baby. Yeah, I say that because a lot of people are wilding in the comment sections like, geez, like you should be happy that someone's telling you the opposite. Like you shouldn't get mad. You want to know the argument better, right? You don't want to just be one-sided because that's how you get destroyed. But in general, ETH has been doing well as well. So, although I missed this little Bitcoin pump, it doesn't really matter because some altcoins are going to do exponentially more. I'm just looking at Bitcoin for the momentum purposes, right? So we see the market doing pretty well right now. And I want to see to get over a certain level before I get really bullish. But we're coming up to that level. So if we stay above this $43,000, $44,000 range, and for the next couple of days, I'm going to jump back into some altcoins, not Bitcoin. You guys know that deal. All right. So I was looking briefly. I just wanted to bring your attention to it. The cryptocurrency search term all over the world is trending. Bitcoin, El Salvador, cryptocurrency, metaverse. And yeah, it's just getting more popular. And bringing it to the on-chain. I mean, I looked for reasons to be bearish. Like you want to look at both sides of the pros and the cons, but I can't find any reasons anymore. Before, I broke down so much detail. Like I think the value of what you guys have to understand is that I'm looking at it from a logical perspective, and the cumulative effort, even though if I was wrong about this specific event, the cumulative effort of me doing it over and over again will be right. I will call the top while everybody's diamond handsing. I will do that. Regardless if I was wrong now, it doesn't matter to me. So right here, okay, options, open interest, push/call ratio. So we have basically the puts versus the calls. Puts is a bearish sign, calls a bullish. Right. And I don't want to get into specifics, but you can see that more people are putting in puts. Right. So we see the trend going up. And this is obviously, it sounds like it's bearish, but it's actually bullish to me because for the people trying to get liquidations, they want to go the opposite way. Right. So if people are getting bearish, if they're putting in their shorts, they're going to try to reverse it and run it back up to get them liquidated. So I thought that was pretty bullish. Other thing I thought was pretty bullish. It might not be perfectly bullish, but look at the number of whales. It's slightly on a decline. So maybe some people are jumping into, some retail accounts, right? But basically the number of whales are obviously steeply declining. And you can see that there were some huge whales that were here in recent cycles. So actually, I would say leading me to more of a bearish sign. Now, they have other indicators for whales. Like, for example, I do want to show you supply held by addresses. So you can see that the red line there is like the super whales. They're like super whales with 100 to 10K BTC. They were like the first people buying. As you can see, they went up. And then you see the other type of whales following, right? So we see 100 to 1K BTC. They followed. This spiked up. You see the black line and, Bitcoin's price spiking up at the same time. So in general, the super whales have been buying. They've been buying for a while, and it looks like that buying pressure drove the price of Bitcoin up, and it looks really nice for Bitcoin. If we look over here, we can look at the liquid versus illiquid supply. We have, the orange, which is the liquid supply on a downtrend, on an extreme downtrend. There's the amount of liquidity out there is lowering. So we have the supply shock, which you see the purple line, which is the supply shock ratio is on an increase, right? So this is obviously a really bullish effect for Bitcoin. The whole decrease of issuance. Guys, less Jordans on planet Earth, right? If there's less Jordans, they're going to be worth more. It's the same thing with the supply of Bitcoin. If there's less Bitcoin, it's going to be worth more. So we see, again, the liquid supply dropping, the highly liquid supply dropping too. And then we see the e-liquid supply shock ratio increasing. So this is again showing that effect is actually playing out pretty nice for Bitcoin. And then I wanted to show one more on-chain metric, which is the long-term holder supply versus the short-term holder supply. So you can see that the long-term holders were accumulating throughout this whole entire dip. They're accumulating throughout this whole entire dip. Okay. And then the short-term holders were kind of selling, and it was kind of this inverse effect. So this is nice here. This is definitely nice here. But as you could see, okay, the long-term holders would have got really burned last time, right? So we could literally see almost the same effect right here, and the long-term holders got burned. But obviously in this kind, they probably won. Again, I don't want to give you guys a definitive answer that I'm completely bullish. Like, I'm not giving you the definitive answer that the market's over. And I want to show you that I put in a short for Bitcoin's price. I still think it's probably more likely, but I'm less split. Before I was like 75% bearish, 25% bullish. Now I'm like 60-40. So I'm still, again, I shorted the market. I'm down slightly on shorting the market. We'll see how it plays out. I'm not buying yet. I'm not buying yet. I'm not going to force something just because everybody is trying to FOMO in. I'm not going to FOMO in. I'm going to go against my emotions and make a logical decision. But again, logically, it looks like the market is probably reversing to the upside, which, to be honest, man, I didn't want the bear run. I got a whole business. I got to make payroll. I got all these things. The bull run is very good for my business. So hopefully we move up, but it looks like we might have made a higher low right here. But we have to get over these levels. Like, we have to get over this 44K level. We have to hold it strong. But we did break this trend here that was kind of playing out for 88 days. We broke this 88-day trend. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, we broke that kind of a resistance line at 40K that I was talking about. But a lot of times in crypto, these guys are crazy, man. I mean, the whales in there, they know that everybody's waiting for this line, and in some cases, they'll on purpose break and then just run it down, man. So I'm not there yet. Just to be clear with everybody, I'm not officially bullish yet, but I'm getting bullish, and it's turning. The tides are turning for me, and I wouldn't mind, again, taking this small loss, exactly what I've been saying in every single video. The true followers understand. I'll take this small loss, jump right back into the market, bull run continue. I'm okay with that, in the current position, that I have and the responsibilities I have in my life, right? So great time to be alive in crypto, because there's opportunities to make money. And I do want to show you, again, this altcoin, which is V33. The official launch date is on the 10th, and I will, no matter where the market goes, I don't care if it's bull or bearish, I'm getting involved. So you guys, there you go. You have literally a buy call, before it happens. So I'm definitely getting involved with this project on Andre Cronje. It's coming out the 10th. Pay attention, do your research, get involved. Now, I do want to show you what I was doing while the whole market was dropping. I was getting some yield, so you guys know this. Let me switch it over to the Phantom Network. I was getting some yield. It's slow money, but I'm still earning some income, and it's not that big of a deal to me. Earning income, the APYs dropped. I think it's after I made the video, to be honest. The APYs dropped. It's so funny. But they were sitting at about 15% for DAI and about 10% for USDC, and that's pretty straight for me. It's considering the amount of money I have. This is just a safer play. But this is phenomenal, okay? This is one of the bots set up by our coach, which, again, I've been telling you guys 1,000 times. I have different responsibilities. I'm not an analyst no more. Basically, I am, but I'm mostly a CEO, right? So my coaches, they're analysts. They do this full time. He set up a nice bot for me, and I've been churning profits. I got 3% in 5 days on this whole dip when I sold, and everybody was screaming at me on the internet. I was still making money. You can see it's churning over consistent profits, $37 in profit, 37, and it does it automatically, and I don't even have to look at it. So again, I'm still making money. Okay, I'm still making money. It's just a little bit slower, and I'm being a little bit more patient, and I'm having risk tolerance because, man, the worst thing you could do is diamond hands this, and then I have to fire or let go 20 people in my company. That would be a very sad day. And I want to last the bear run. I want to guarantee that we can create something very big in the bear run, so that next cycle we can have this exponential increase with the company and all of our time spent in this cryptocurrency market. But maybe we're not in the bear run, and maybe all of you are right, and I'm the worst cryptocurrency trader on planet Earth, and I am coming out here, and I'll admit it to all of you. I suck at life, and I should not be a 27-year-old millionaire, and I didn't buy Ethereum at $3 to $7. I didn't do any of those things. This one isolated event dictates my whole entire existence. This one event tells you what type of person I am. I panic sold and I suck at life. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. You got the true people, the ones that know what's really going on. They understand what the deal is. That's it for this video. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. I love life. I love you. Thanks for watching my videos. Catch you in the next one.